Hello cuties, how are you doing? I hope everything is good for you. Welcome to my channel, or welcome if you're new. So basically in this video we're gonna talk about what do I study, because every time I post something about my internship, about international business, a lot of people keep asking me about the studies or have doubts or a lot of stuff. So I finally have time to make this video and try to answer all your questions and try to explain myself as better as possible. First thing before starting, I want to say sorry if you hear some sounds like wind or the door or anything. I'm gonna try to make it as good as possible. Anyway, let's start. Right now, I'm studying a higher vocational training course in international business in Spain. A lot of people outside Europe or Spain don't really know what a higher vocational training course is, because when you think in international business, your mind goes to an university degree that lasts 4 or 5 years. In my case, studying a career was a bit too far away from my house, so I decided to do, instead of a career, I decided to study this higher vocational training course. Basically, it's a 2 year vocational program, kind to a similar community college program in the US, but more focused on international business or trade. But honestly, I'm super happy with this decision because it's more focused on real jobs, real companies, and it's more practical for the real world. One of the things that I said I like the most is this course is not only theory, it's more practical. We also work practical things, as you said, like presentations, projects, business situations, how logistic process are, and obviously, and the most important thing, international operations from the whole world. So basically, we learn how international companies work, how you can move products from one country to another, how business negotiate internationally, and how company can manage money, sales, transport, and you have to practice a lot with communications. We do a lot of projects, we talk to a lot of people. So for these studies, I think you have to be a little extrovert because you're gonna expose a lot of stuff, you're gonna do a lot of group projects, and that's other reasons that why I started studying international business, because I think um I'm really good in projects, working with other people, and expose my thoughts and everything. So, okay, so as I said, it's basically a 2 year program, and right now I'm in my first year, so I'm gonna share with you some of my subjects that I study, and I'm gonna tell you which one I like more and which one I find more difficult. Okay, starting with international finance, economic and finance management, logistics, English, international business, basically having to negotiate in an international level, and that's the one I love the most. And in the other hand, the one that I find more difficult at some point is logistics, and I'm really scared for this one because I have to repeat a lot of exams. Oh, and English, because it's the first language that the whole world speaks, and obviously you're gonna have to talk with clients from other countries or work with people from other countries, so they only might be speaking English or French. So this is one of the most important things you have to think about before choosing to study international business. If you don't know English, that doesn't mean you don't have to, or you're not gonna study international business because you don't know to. I have some friends that they don't speak English, they only might be speaking Spanish, French, and other language, and they work really good because they only work from companies that work with French people or work in ports with African countries. That's good for you, but if you know English, it's a plus that's really good in your resume. As much language as you have, better. That's why I think you noticed that English is not my first language, but I started making videos in English because I wanted to practice more. I don't usually use it because I don't talk with anyone in English, but I kind of liked it, and I think I'm going better. English and French, these are really good languages if you have them. Obviously, if you have Arabic or German, and more other languages, as much as you can is better. Another thing I love about this course is about the internships because we start getting real work and experience while we're still studying. In my first year, I'm finishing my first month of internship, and next year will be 3 months of internship. And you can choose going to another country or staying where you are. This is a really good thing, and I actually really appreciate it because I've never had experience in a company before or international company before, and it's the best things this course can do. Okay, talking about my internship, I'm doing a 1 month internship in a customs company, which honestly is really interesting because I can actually see in real life how international business or trade is working with a lot of professional people. They are really patient. They are such a good vibe, and they basically show you everything they know. And I always have my little book notes writing everything that they say or any advice they say for me or anything they show me new so I can forget it and work for it in the future. The work that I do on my internship basically is help with the exports and imports documents, customs paper, or basically all the things this company needs for customs operation. Obviously, I don't send anything, I just do the work and send it to the professional people. They see if I have some mistakes or if I did good, and they send it in their name. And this is really good because I was really nervous at first because I was like, I don't want to send anything, I don't want to be in any problem. I'm just learning and I want to be as good as possible. At first, you make a little bit of mistake, that's really normal. And then you start doing everything really good. They start giving you more work, and then you practice more and more until you do it perfect. But still, I don't send anything until my coworkers see it fully and see if everything is perfect, and they send it. Talking about the subjects in the second year, basically it's going to be transport and logistic, international marketing, national transport, international payment methods, and a lot of more subjects. But again, in the next year, the period of internship is longer, is 3 months. And as I said too, you can choose if you want to do it on your home country or you want to do an Erasmus and go to another country. Love to go to another country. I would love to make Erasmus and go to a different country. That's my idea, but I'm not sure yet. I'm gonna start thinking how we can do it and see if it can be possible, because Erasmus is such a great opportunity because you're gonna work in an international company outside. You're gonna be all alone. You're gonna talk in another language, and you're gonna meet a lot of people. So that's the best thing ever. I mean, I also have an end project or a final project in the end of the course, same as some universities does, and it's one of the most projects you're gonna do basically in the 2 years. And that's why in the first year you practice a lot. I mean, you practice from since day one you start. You're gonna do a lot of projects and you're gonna talk in front of your class explaining things and explaining your ideas and your thoughts about something, because they prepare you from the end final project. And if you pass it, you're gonna have your degree in your hand, and if you don't, that's really bad. Even talking about experience, I think this program is really good for your CV, your resume, because even before finishing studying, you really can put a lot of stuff in your resume that you do in these 2 years. As the internships, as I said, the Erasmus, if you go, the projects that you work on. People ask me to talk about the jobs that you can work on after finishing these studies. And I'm gonna share with you some works that you might like or you might actually do after studying. Just have to say that there are a lot of career opportunities. As example, I have a list on me. Okay, import and export in companies. That's what I do right now, and that's what I work in my internship, and I love it. It's fun. Logistic companies, transport and shipping, custom operations. That's something I do too in my company because it's more about import and export. They prepare all the paperwork for the customs operations, and it's really nice to see. International sales, marketing or international marketing, administration. You can work at airports or ports, and even international commerce or business. Uh,
Well, basically here my mic stopped recording everything, so what I was saying basically was that you can also can continue study later if you want, and some people do this course and then go to university after, while others like just start working directly because this course basically or these studies are already very job oriented, so you can easily find a job. For me, international business is really the best option because it combines business, English, logistics, economics, international communication, like all together. So yeah, that's basically what I study, and this is basically what international business are. And if you have any more questions about international business that I haven't talked about, or education in Spain, you can ask me in the comments because I know a lot of people are really curious about all these university careers, degrees, community college, and a lot of stuff. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and see you in the next one. Kisses. Bye.